Good evening and welcome to Global Lens on Apna Watan TV. I'm Saadia Afzaal. Iran's quiet shift toward China's BeiDou satellite navigation system may sound like a technical matter, but it represents something much larger, a statement of independence, strategy, and sovereignty. Behind the jargon of satellites and signals lies a deeper story about power, security, and who controls the invisible infrastructure that keeps the modern world running. For decades, most of the world has depended on the US-owned Global Positioning System, or GPS. Every smartphone map, drone flight, ship route, and missile trajectory relies on it. But that dependence comes with risk, especially for countries that may find themselves in conflict or political tension with Washington. GPS is run by the US Department of Defense. In times of crisis, its access can be limited or denied, and its signals can be jammed, spoofed, or disrupted. Iran knows this all too well. During recent conflicts and regional flare-ups, officials and analysts have confirmed that GPS disruptions have affected Iranian airspace and parts of its military operations. Jamming incidents, sometimes caused by electronic warfare, have thrown off drones, misdirected missiles, and confused civilian systems. These experiences highlighted a vulnerability that Tehran could no longer ignore. A country's entire navigation, timing, and defense network should not depend on a system controlled by another power. In response, Iran began turning to China's BeiDou navigation satellite system, often called BDS. Unlike GPS, BeiDou is owned and operated by China, with the full constellation of satellites that now provide global coverage. Iran's government has confirmed that the transition is underway and in many areas already operational. Civilian services such as transportation, logistics, agriculture, and mapping are increasingly running on BeiDou. Military and strategic systems are following suit. BeiDou's expansion is one of the major achievements of China's technological rise. Built over more than 2 decades, this system now rivals GPS in accuracy and reliability. It also includes features designed to resist interference and provide secure, encrypted channels for authorized users. For countries within Asia, BeiDou's coverage can even outperform GPS in speed and precision due to regional optimizations. Beyond that, it integrates smoothly with Chinese telecommunications and satellite infrastructure, giving partner countries a complete ecosystem rather than just a signal. For Iran, this move brings several advantages. First, it strengthens national security. By using BeiDou, Iran reduces its exposure to GPS jamming or denial during conflict. Its missiles, drones, and defense systems can operate independently of US control. And second, it enhances digital sovereignty. Navigation and timing data essential for everything from energy grids to financial transactions will no longer be routed through or reliant on American networks. Third, it deepens Iran's technological partnership with China, opening the door to wider cooperation in aerospace, cyber defense, and communications. The timing also fits within a broader geopolitical trend. The global navigation landscape is no longer dominated by a single system. Alongside GPS and BeiDou, there is Russia's GLONASS and Europe's Galileo. Many modern receivers, including those in smartphones and aircraft, are now multi-constellation, meaning they can use signals from several systems at once. This blending increases accuracy, but also reflects a world where trust in any single provider is fading. Countries are building redundancy not just for performance, but for security. China, for its part, views BeiDou as more than just a technical success. It's a symbol of strategic reach by offering navigation access to countries across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Beijing is quietly expanding its influence in global infrastructure. Each new partner using BeiDou strengthens China's role in the digital backbone of the modern world. From energy grids to autonomous vehicles, more systems will depend on Chinese technology, data standards, and maintenance. In effect, every nation that integrates BeiDou becomes part of a wider Chinese-linked ecosystem. Iran's alignment with this system fits neatly into its broader diplomatic trajectory. Over the past several years, Tehran has deepened economic and security ties with Beijing under their 25-year cooperation agreement. BeiDou integration builds on that foundation, reinforcing Iran's pivot toward Asian partners and away from Western technological dependence. It also gives Iran leverage. It can claim self-reliance in a critical area of modern warfare and infrastructure while still cooperating with a global power. For the United States and its allies, this is a challenge. The spread of BeiDou weakens GPS's global dominance and signals a loss of soft power. It limits Washington's ability to use GPS access as a diplomatic or strategic tool. It also complicates military calculations. If Iran's drones, missiles, and surveillance systems can navigate through BeiDou, even when GPS is jammed, some of the traditional advantages of electronic warfare and deterrence begin to erode. At the same time, this shift may accelerate a quiet technological divide. As more countries adopt BeiDou or integrates multiple systems, the world's navigation landscape could splinter along political lines. GPS for Western alliances, BeiDou for China and its partners, GLONASS for Russia, and Galileo for the European Union. While most systems are technically interoperable, the deeper strategic loyalties and data dependencies could still create new forms of digital alignment. In such a world, the question of which satellite are you using might reveal more about global politics than geography. Inside Iran, the effects of this shift will extend beyond defense. Civil infrastructure, ports, highways, agriculture, telecommunications all rely on precise timing and positioning. BeiDou integration promises greater resilience and perhaps even economic benefit as local industries adapt to Chinese-supplied hardware and software. Universities and research institutions may gain access to joint projects, training, and technology transfers. The move could also spark growth in Iran's domestic electronics and aerospace sectors, which will need to design, produce, and maintain equipment compatible with the new system. Still, challenges remain. Transitioning from GPS to BeiDou requires hard work updates, technical training, and regulatory adaptation. Navigation receivers must be replaced or upgraded, and new standards must be established to ensure compatibility with global systems, especially in aviation and maritime transport. There are also cybersecurity and privacy questions. Relying on Chinese infrastructure means relying on China's data protocols and encryption methods, which may raise concerns about access, oversight, and long-term dependency. Beyond Iran, the regional implications are far-reaching. Other Middle Eastern and Asian countries are watching closely. As BeiDou becomes more common, regional communications and defense networks may increasingly align with Chinese systems. That could affect everything, from air traffic coordination to joint military exercises. Over time, this technological shift could reshape alliances and influence patterns of trade, investment, and cooperation across the region. The story of Iran and BeiDou is not just about satellites or signals. It's about the growing competition to control the world's digital infrastructure. Whoever owns the timing, navigation, and mapping systems of the future will hold enormous influence. not only over military operations but over the daily lives of billions of people. From phone apps to power grids, every system depends on knowing exactly where and when things are. Control that and you control a great deal more than technology. Iran's embrace of BeiDou marks a step toward reclaiming that control. It is both practical and symbolic. Practical in shielding its systems from foreign interference, symbolic in declaring independence from Western technological dominance. It underscores a new reality that in the 21st century, sovereignty is not just about borders and armies, but about who controls your signal, your data, and your place in the global digital map. As the world moves deeper into an era of competing technologies, Iran's decision may be remembered as part of a broader shift, a quiet but decisive move toward a more multipolar order, not only in politics, but in the invisible architecture that keeps the world connected. This is Saadia Afzaal for Apna Watan TV.
You are watching Apna Watan.